Now, even though we have changed our channel to the name of the product that we're going to be wrapping around our Crystal Edge Technology Company, it is still affiliated with Crystal Edge. Just want to put that out there at the end of the day. As you can see, we got our copyrighted icon logo right there on the corner of the video. So showing at the end of the day, yes, this is just the technology that is going to be wrapped around Crystal Edge Technology, our company. All right, so in here I have the retro theater room. And here on a 144-inch screen, this is actually painted directly to my wall using the Advanced Ambient Rejection 38 Black Widow. I'm going to be doing some prepping today to get ready to start doing the spray-on application for the screen that I have downstairs in the lounge. So, have to get ready for that. I think that's going to be a lot easier to remove than it was when we had the Elite screen in there. All right, and in here, we're doing demonstrations on our products versus black paint, black film, and black fabric, which will be coming next. That's for another demonstration, but that's what we're doing today on that. All right, so we have the drop cloth surface coming in. We have the gaming demonstration to do. I cleared out just about everything on the website to get ready to set up for the new videos, which we have to replace, which we'll be doing today. I have more demonstrations to do on a 144-inch screen. So this is what we're going to be doing today downstairs. Get ready to prep. We're going to be doing a spray-on demonstration of the Invisible Black Widow acoustic. So this screen right here, it's going to have to be taken down. Hopefully, it is not going to be a headache because when it came to the Elite screen, that screen right there was pretty good size screen, but that was much bigger. But we'll see. Monday, we are going to begin the preparation of getting the gamer screen finished and done so we can have that assembled and ready to go. I have more of the product we're going to be buying. So we're going to start calling this live morning prep. Basically, that's what I'm going to title it when I come in and basically show off what we have to go through to get screens ready, to get them set up for demonstrations. This one right here is being used on the Invisible Phantom technology. And this is using my 600 by 800 res 720p projector mounted over there. As you can see at the end of the day, I don't spend a lot of money for projectors because, as I said before, the screen does all the work. So, basic 600 by 800, 720p, $150. That's it. 18 feet back from my screen. So what we got to do today is, this is going to be pretty easy because, like I said, we had the Elite screen up. The Elite screen was a bit heavy. Our screen's a little lighter than the Elite screen. And my screen is a little bigger. The Elite screen was 126, it's 127. I had to lift this, disconnect it from the ceiling because it's actually hanging from the ceiling. And then I'm going to have to move it out to back there, which I'm just going to set to the side right now. I'm just going to take it down for right now. I still have to finish mixing the rest of the formula, add that to the sprayer, and then attach it outside. And still I want to go outside first because I want to make sure. I think the deck might be icy, I'm not sure. I just want to make sure, and as I'm going out, I'm not going to break my neck in the process, but this has to be painted because we need it for demonstration as soon as possible. Now I'm going to begin to set up for working on the 235.1 in here pretty soon. We don't have the projector here, but the projector is used downstairs for a prototype. Right now, that's what we're using that for. Hold on for a minute. So I'm going to go out here for a minute. See if the deck is icy. Which I'm praying it's not, but that looks exactly like ice right there. And I'm not trying to kill myself for a demonstration, but I want to check it out and see. All right, so that's good to know. The deck is not icy, because I thought for a minute, because I'm seeing sheets of ice here and here, I'm thinking that maybe the deck is icy, but it's not. Actually, I can move around. Okay, cool. That means I can get the string blasted today and get that done. So that's one out of the way. Let's see. All right, this is going to be a definitely can do. Due to the fact that, like I said, I'm worried about ice, me breaking my neck out. There's no ice out there. I can lay the screen up there. There's some tarp so we don't jack up the snow, because I don't want to spray any chemicals into the snow. That's going to seep down. I don't want that happening. And we can get that painted right outside today. And that knocks out my 27-inch acoustic screen today. So that's good. Now I just got to take it down and remove it from where it's at. Got the tarp ready. And I'm going to mix the formula downstairs, blast this thing and get it done. So this should be hopefully easier than taking down the 126, because 126 Elite required 2 chairs, moving it from one side to the next. This screen's a lot lighter, but then it is a little bigger than the Elite screen. So let's see what happens. It's connected by 2 latches there, and that's it. Let's see how easy it is for me to get this thing off and get it down. I shouldn't have to move any furniture out. Honestly, to tell you the truth, like, what would I clip at the end of the day? I think if I shift it, if I shimmy it, I should be able to move this back a little bit. I should be able to just drop it right through. Okay, I have these machines over here. If I can jolt it just a little bit and switch it this way, I can push it right through. All right, let me get me a chair, because I got to get up there. I'm not 6 feet, so I'm going to definitely want to get a chair to get there. So these are going to be morning preps, basically getting up in the morning and getting things ready for spray-on applications to get them done. Oh, man. Okay. I definitely want to get the projector up. I don't want to get blinded in the process. On top of that, once we remove this behind the back of the screen, it's an all-white screen. That was put there to reflect the LED lights. On top of that, it blocks out any light from basically pushing out through the windows, because we don't want LED light pushing out through the window. And my neighbor just seen this blinding freaking light coming out on the other end of the house. So all that's been blocked off. So that way we don't have to worry about that. But it'll give me a chance to do some demonstrations to show you at the end of the day why you don't want to go with white screens, because there's a giant white screen behind the back of this bad boy. You're going to watch all that light, boom, just reflect all over the house. So we'll turn it out to show you what it looks like now. So you can see that. And then once that's removed and that projector hits that screen, you're going to watch white light bounce everywhere. This whole entire area is going to be illuminated. Let's get it detached. Hopefully we don't jack it up. We're not going to jack it up. It should be good. All right. Oh man, we're definitely on something. How's the floor going to come on? It's got to be the floor a little bit here. There we go. Definitely the floor a little bit. All right. Now, either it's going to be today or tomorrow, we'll have the a lamp for the Chrissy, because I need that for the back room for demonstrations. That's what I'm kind of waiting for. Oh, we got to disconnect cables. Thing actually doesn't, that light's running through it. So that has to be disconnected. One section, soundboard light. So okay, that's it. So I need 2 connections to take out the light. So I figured if I ever had to change out the screen, I had to make it virtual. I had to make it easier for me to get to the back of the screen, disconnect lights, and just remove the whole thing. That's the whole thing about basically when you build screens, make sure it's easy for you to get to access to wires and cables and all that stuff, so you can just disconnect from there. All right. I got a funny feeling I should have a second chair there. I'm just got a feeling I should have another chair. Even though we don't need it for just in case. That's good. Now it's freaking me out a little bit here. Whoa, okay, there we go. Yeah, I should have cemented them in. That's my fault. So, I'll tell you what happened a few minutes ago. Nothing major, easy repair, but nothing major. So, this is what I should have did when I installed these babies in. I wasn't thinking. I might have to install these back in. That's not a hard thing to do. I swear it doesn't look that big until you bring it down the sides. Like, good gracious, it's freaking huge. I think I should be able to get it through. No problem. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think so. There we go. Perfect. All right. Just work it all through. It's not heavy. It's just big, that's all. It's a big screen. It's not heavy. You have to keep Curious George away from my screen because he has to rub his body all over everything. I don't want him getting cat hair on my screen at the end of the day. So keep that jerk away from it at the end of the day. Especially when rubbing everything. All right, so basically, when I install the screws, I should have used liquid cement. That's what I used to install my projector over there. I used liquid cement, which I'm about to do right now. So I'm going to install that in right now. So that's drying by the time I'm working on this. So this whole entire unit pulled out right from the ceiling, and I should have had liquid cement in there, which I'm about to put in right now. That stays in there. Keep Curious George away from my screen. So this is what we're going to be using. This is what I used to mount my projector over here. Just a little bit of glue and the screws. It's not coming out, not ever. So Should have put it over here at the end of the day. That would have been a wise idea. Which I'm glad it kind of did pull out, because who knows, that could have came out later on and wrecked something at the end of the day. So let me go grab my drill upstairs. Try to keep Curious George away from my screen. There's my sound bar right there. Showing that, it's easy to set up. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm going to go in and put some liquid cement onto my screws so they can stay up there, because I don't need my screen coming down on top of me and jacking me up. I think I'm gonna start off with this one first. Man, that was a doozy. Alright, that was easy. That was much easier to pull out than the Elite screens. Elite screen is pretty heavy. I'd say it's a lightweight screen. Compared to what picking from the other aluminum fixed frame screens, it was actually very light compared. But still, I never had to move all the furniture out. When I pulled the Elite screen, I had to move all the furniture over here and move the rugs and everything, and had to tilt the screen and turn it to the side. And this screen is bigger than the Elite screen. It's 127. These screens are under 26. And I had an easier time getting this thing out with no problem. This thing was actually elevated from the ceiling. So that just shows you at the end of the day why I'm not buying any more screens at the end of the day. But here's the screen itself, sitting off the away from the wall. It was elevated up. That's why I say I like to build better, because then I can go to my house and look, I built this, I put that together. Yeah, no problem. There's the other acoustic right there, which we're going to be doing this one in 235.1 pretty soon. So this one, as you can see how wide I made it, that's so I can set speakers in there future if I want to put speakers back there later on. If you don't want to see the staples, you can always they have a film that you can put over top. It's like a tape, hit it with the dryer. It'll blend right into it. Boom, you won't even see it. Put a nice little bezel around it real quick with no problem whatsoever. But I'm not going through all that. It's just hanging up on my wall. No one's going to be like, oh, can I see this? No, they're not going to see it at all, period. So, but if you want to cover that up, there's a way to cover that up so you don't even see it at all, period. There's all my cables and stuff that runs my LED lights to the back and the side of the screen. Coming over here to the front, you can see how it's set up. So basically, this is an Elite screen right here, 35-inch. Behind the back of this, we have a blackout cloth, so that way the LED lights don't push through, and I have LED lights beaming through my windows. Neighbors can't see jack at the end of the day. And then we have the Surface, where we had the 35-inch screen, which was sitting around the house, and I'll just utilize it. So what that does is, with having that white background, when those LED lights go off, they ricochet and give off a higher glow. One thing to learn too, if you're doing a backlit with LED lights, keep in mind, if you have a different color wall, your lights are not going to reflect the way you want them to. It has the white that works much better at the end of the day. So if you're doing if your room is red and you have your screen behind it, just paint a white screen behind the back of that. That's all you got to do. And it causes the light to reflect better. Get better color that way. So there's my sound bar right there. I was going to basically, as I said before, I was going to basically take the screen down and put a couple of coats of the whatchamacallit on it, on the network gray, and then convert it to what I had downstairs. But I like my acoustic screen. I like the fact that having the sound travel through. So we do have an official invisible acoustic Black Widow downstairs. That's what this screen's going to be coded to. I had to make sure as I went outside on the deck that the deck wasn't icy, because I don't want to break my neck in the process. But the snow is really soft, which is good, and there's no wind, which means I don't have to strap this thing in. I can take it out, lock it in place, and be done. I mean, it already has hooks at the top, so if I want, I can tie it up if I want. But this is going to be a fast application, so I want to get this done as fast as possible. Get it up on the wall. We can start demonstrations, because right now on the website, it's looking pretty blank because we had removed a lot of the videos, because as I said before, this new technology that we have now under the 38 will be replacing everything. And I mean literally everything. It already has gamer technology embedded into it, so it replaces the gamer. Gunmetal technology we have won't hold up against it, as you saw in the demonstrations. And anything else we put against it doesn't even hold its weight against it. So it's basically one of the best screen paints we ever have. So everything in the house right now is going to be replaced with all Black Widow technology. Even the ceiling, which will be starting Sunday. Sunday we'll be knocking out the ceiling and the gamer screen downstairs. That's why they went downstairs, reversed the tarp. All that stuff is being done for the demonstrations, and all those videos have to be done to be put onto the website, so we can load the website up, get it started. Okay, and then we'll show you some of the other crazy stuff we're going to be doing with it, like really crazy stuff like that. Painting a projection screen. You already saw the demonstration with the Matrix demonstration. We painted a projector with that stuff, and man, it blended in quite nicely. On top of that, keep in mind that when the projector was firing off, it was canceling out the light. Now, if that screen was gray and that thing had fired off, number one, you wouldn't have been able to pick up the contrast level. Not going to happen. Number two, any light that would have hit would have actually reflected all over the environment. We needed that entire screen when it fires off. We don't see any light reflecting. Everything stays cloaked. That's why I threw up my entire house. That's why you only see black screens. All right, so let's get this started, because I want to get this thing hooked in, get it done, and then after that, I got to do videos off of this and demonstrations off of that. So let's see. What are we going to be doing? Well, it's going to be separate. Then I have to do that completely separate, because we need a whole separate video. We're not going to be doing it live, just so you know. We have to do it pre-recorded, because I want the video to be as clean as possible, and I got to be on the deck with this thing. All right, so since we're done with the prepping part, because that's pretty much all we have to do. The rest of the stuff I can't show you because you can't see that part. But next video is going to be pre-recorded, because I have to be outside to coat this. I'm not doing it live because I need this video to be as sharp as possible, because all this is going to the website. As you notice, the name has changed, yes, but the company still remains the same. We have a new way how we're going to be printing our labels. Yes, our logos at Cube will be at all those containers. It's all part of the company. It's just basically a different form of technology. It still stands on a crystal edge technology screens. So yes. So we're going to be doing things a little different. Now, as I said before, no more tit-tat back and forth. This is how we're going to handle it once and for all. going to bring the products down here. We're going to test them on multiple projectors, inside and out. If you pass, you pass. If you can beat the screen, you beat the screen. If you don't, you don't. That's the end of it. Whatever comments, whatever you do, we don't care. Whatever, we don't care. If you don't want to be a part of this, shoot me an email. Say, hey, look, we don't want to be doing side-by-side tests. We won't show the email. None of that at the end of the day. And that's the end of it. So what is the problem? I've already got a few emails already talking about, well, okay, then if your product is good, then there shouldn't be a problem. I'm not into the back and forth talk. I'm not. I'm a man of action. So I'm not about that. So as soon as we start collecting, and that means also certifieds too, because I want people going off on a whole Karen. We don't have time for Karens today. We don't. This is a whole new era now for us. We don't have time for Karens. Simple and plain. Your product comes down here. It gets tested. If it gets destroyed in the process, then you move on. That's the end of it. There's no this, there's no that. It doesn't exist. All right? That's how it's going to be done. Now, for the certified companies, you can contact my attorney if you want to on how you want to do this at the end of the day. If you have rules and regulations, which I don't know how you would at the end of the day, it's a side-by-side test. I don't know where we would need that to begin with, but if you need it, all right, you can contact us and we can go from there. So as I said before, we're taking this step very seriously when it comes to this technology. This is the first stage of blacker technology, which we're going to be working on. These are the beginning stages of this technology. We have no need for gamer. We have no need for gunmetal or any of this stuff we make. We don't need it. This does it all. That's why my screen is sitting upstairs at 144 inches on a $130 projector, $140 projector, displaying that huge image and all that light. It speaks for itself. All right, let me see. Let me get the tarp out here laid out, get the cannon suited up. Oh, we need power too. I miss my battery pack. My battery pack was so much easier. I had to run any cables or cords or nothing to where we're getting electrocuted in the process because, you know, we got snow outside. Ugh. Hook up the battery pack and boom, good to go. But nope, 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 nope. That sucker had to die on me. And I got to go buy me another one. Taking advice from the Christian friend who contacted me, and from a couple of my business partners who also contacted me today and said, why? That's what they said, why? Why go back and forth with these people at the end of the day? Clearly, your technology is more superior. So, for me to say my technology is more superior is not enough for me. I understand that. I have to back it up. Because you know how I work. I back everything up. I'm not about one who talks into the air. I believe in actually backing it up. So, this is where I decided that over the next couple of months, we will start collecting. We will start researching. If we're going to call ourselves the best, and we're going to say that no one else can stand against us, then guess what? We got to back it up. Which means that I have to go through every single screen paint that I can get my hands on, every certified screen. You have my word. This is going to be done now. And we're going to do this on 4K projectors. So there'll be no excuse by some saying, well, we're using low entry-level projectors. No, we're using high-end power projectors. We'll be doing demonstrations at 7,000 lumens high-end commercial projectors. There'll be no excuses. Now, how much confidence do I have in my product? Well, from what I've seen and what it can do already from the door, I'm pretty much willing to state that we'll beat everything on the face of the planet. I've been in the business for a long time. I've already tested. Mind you, the certified screens, we've tested your stuff for years. We've had their stuff over here for years. I pretty much know the outcome of that from the door. If it's gunmetal, it's not going to pass. Automatically know that from the door. They can't see the contrast levels, and if they can't see the contrast levels, the colors are not going to come up that height, and we can match the white levels with no problem. White screens, they don't even have a chance. Gray screen paints don't have a chance against the technology. It is what it is. So, like I said, we bring it over here. We'll do the testing. Everything will be thorough. Everything will be by the book. No joking on that stuff. Everything will be done. No, just perfectly right down to the T. And if you pass, you pass. And if you don't, you don't. That's the end of it. And I don't care about memes, and I don't care about this, because at the end of the day, the guy explained it perfectly clear. Why follow a fool? Like he's the same thing I said. You follow a fool, you become a fool. And that's what it is. So if he wants to go on and put bogus nonsense on his website, I'll do it at the end of the day. Don't care. And so I don't care at the end of the day. You can talk about my product. Don't care at the end of the day. Now, I am going to take you to court. You touched the copyright. You have to be sued over that. That's definitely going to happen. We're not wavering that. That's definitely going to happen. But at the end of the day, as I said before, if your product is the best, then it will have no problem being able to take on that technology outside at 150 inches, producing black levels, contrast, and white levels with no problem. You could do the same thing we could do. We're not going to go out there and we're not going to exclude. Not some people go in there and they do demonstrations on contrast, only knowing at the end of the day that the gray screen is not going to have a fair chance because it's not going to be to pick up the contrast levels. We're going to do everything fair as we always do. Colors first, white levels, and then contrast as we always do. We always do contrast last. Everybody's going to be tested the same way. And yes, we're going to be purchasing the P2. That P2 4K projector, 20,000 contrast, million contrast, that'll be in here. We got an Epson 4K we're looking at right now purchasing. There's a Christie 7,000 lumen 4K, or maybe if all goes well, I might be getting myself an 8K, which I'm looking at thinking about getting my hands on for outside demonstrations. So we'll see from there. Now with the certifieds, as I told you before, certifieds don't have too many outdoor screens. They really don't have a lot of outdoor screens. Elite has the Yardmaster, but the Yardmaster is white. There's no point doing a demonstration against that thing at the end of the day. It's pointless. It's not going to pull in any way whatsoever, and I'm not trying to be rude or disrespectful to the Elite Screens Corporation, but it's a waste of our time to do a white screen against a black screen at the end of the day. You're not going to even pull up. You can't even pull up at even at 4, 5, 6, 7, and if we do it at 10 o'clock, you're still not going to be able to produce your colors correctly. That's not going to work. That's a waste of my time right there. So not to be rude, it's just not going to work. I'm not going to be doing too many white screens. Now we'll probably do some white screen versus white screens outside because, you know, some people think that some white screens do better than, no, they all do basically the same thing. So we'll do some stuff like that. But other than that, no. I'm in here untangling the cord while I'm having this conversation with you because my cord is pretty jumbled up. Why is it when you take something and you fold it nicely, you roll it nicely, but the minute you stick it in the corner, it comes back like this? Why? So, like I said, new change. Things are going to be done differently. No more tit for tat. We bring it down here. If your stuff gets destroyed in the process or it doesn't pass, then that's the end of it. That's it. What more are you going to say after that? What in sandhill goes on in here sometimes? I wonder. All right, let me get this plugged up. Now, as for the fellow who is remote control access to the site right now, he's actually in the site right now, scouring the YouTube account, which I'm in right now. What he's doing right now is he's actually removing dead accounts. I don't care if you naysayers stay or not. We don't care. I really don't. Like I said, you don't have a voice here. You can't comment. You can't basically dislike. So all you can do is watch. That's it. So that's it. No point in removing you. What for? As for the dead accounts, on the other hand, they got to go because I can't have accounts on here that there's no one occupying at the end of the day. Some people may enjoy that because it may jump their numbers. I don't want them. It doesn't feel real. So that's what he's in there doing, is erasing the accounts that need to go at the end of the day that are not supposed to be here because they're dead accounts. No one's in there. All right. Felt like when a helicopter, when you open up the door and you take you to jump out. This should be enough to hit the screen. Oh, the sun's coming out. Thank goodness. There's no wind. Perfect. That's perfect for painting. No freaking wind. Anytime you're using a paint can and you have no wind, perfect. That's just painting your face at the end of the day. Now, the only thing I fear out here is the geese. Because right around this time, we get a flock of geese that fly over and they would jack your stuff up pretty bad. There is no freaking. That's what you're getting in the trash for. This right here. I can use this to slip over top the electrical outlet. That's when you plug it into the compressor, and just slip this through and then tape each side, and that'll keep anything moisture from getting into the cords and electrocuting me in the process. So we got the torque down, everything's good to go. There is no wind out there, which is fantastic. So that means I can just lay this thing down. Air's going to push to it anyway because it's an acoustic screen. So that's basically about it. That's all I can show you for right now. We're done. When I come back in, we're done the prep. When I come back in, we'll be on pre-record, and then it'll be just spray, hang it up, and that's it. We're done. Let me see something real quick. See where Curious George is at. I don't know Curious George is rubbing against my screen right now. Let me see. That was so much easier, man. Why is it every time? Oh, it's not the remote controls over here. See how washed up that color looks? Absolutely horrible. That's supposed to be black. Okay, Snow screensaver.
Getting that from YouTube.
So that white light pushing all over the sofa, walls, or the ceiling, yeah. That's what happens if you use white and gray screens inside your home. All that light splashes all over the place. When I put that black screen up there, all that disappears. All you see is the image coming through the screen. Everything from here is all canceled out. And my sofas are white. By the end of the day, they're white. So all this light, look at that, boom! That light flying all over the place. Yeah, that's the reason why I don't use. At the end of the day, I explain to people at the home theater. So even in your home, that's how much white light you're reflecting all over your environment. Black screens don't have that issue. We absorb all that excess light and just show the image coming, bam, right back at you. You never see that kind of lighting here in my sofa. Never. Well, I got to take some before and after pictures. Definitely got to do that for the Facebook page, and also too for our website. And that's a lot of white light pushing off. All right. Well, with that being said, hope you enjoyed the prep demonstration. We're going to do only things we're going to do live is the prep demonstrations and stuff like that. That's basically about it. And test demonstrations have to be done live. They automatically have to be done live. Due to the fact that we need to have them done live. That's how it works. I had to clean my bathroom. What on here? I want to use some tropical fish. Yeah, we'll do this instead. Timber in the background. No, let me do some tropical fish. I can see my screen looks a little off. I got to Velcro my stuff in. My cat has a bad habit of taking his head and rubbing against stuff. And moving my stuff, because I'm pretty sure this projector looks like it's moved. This position is just right. Hey, you need to stay out of my room, seriously. Tropical exotic 4K fish. I think that's what I'm going to play right now.
Did you know the very first assembly of photographs to create a motion picture was a 2-second clip?
There we go. Let that run right there. We're good to go in here. Lights on, lights off. Lights on, lights off. That's what I love about this technology. Absolutely amazing. All right. With that being said, we're done here. Thank you for your time. I have to go. I have to get ready to do a demonstration outside. Unfortunately, it's going to be pre-recorded because it's going to be outside, and I need for the video to be able to pop up nice and clean without having any disruption due to the fact that I'm outside on Wi-Fi. All right, got to go. Thank you all, and God bless.